Welcome to episode 15 of Hanging Out with the Monkey, the official podcast of OddsMonkey, the #1 match betting service in the world. I'm Graeme Bailey, and once again, I'm delighted to be joined by Ricky from OddsMonkey.
Hiya.
And Phil from TrickyBet.
Hi.
So today we're going to be talking a number of subjects, lots of topics out there. We're going to be talking Premier League, Champions League, possible Invincibles, and we might even have a bit of time for Ricky's favourite subject, Strictly Come Dancing. So guys, great to be back with you again. Let's have a bit of housekeeping though. We're looking at offers. We're coming into the winter, long winter months are upon us. But the talk of match betting at the moment, as it is, Ricky, isn't it? It's 2 up or 14 up with NFL. Bet365 and Paddy Power are doing this, aren't the guys? It's really popular, isn't it, Rick? It's a thing to be doing in all match betting circles right now.
Well, it's by far the best offer out there at the minute. So long may it continue. Yeah, it's went through a very good purple patch as well recently with quite a few matches coming in. Not that I was on the right end of most of them, but yeah, it's by far the best value offer on there. It's just a case of getting on as many as you can at with the accepted losses along the way and trying to get on the right side of it, and then just different options on how you want to exit it. But yeah, as far as the value and what's off out there at the minute, 2 up. And the 14 up as well with the NFL, by far the best values that we've got at the minute.
Yeah, it really is profitable, isn't it, Phil? And obviously it'll be back in time for the tennis, the Australian Open as well. And it's I guess it's one that people, as we say to people, there's lots of different tactics. The forum's there for everyone, isn't it? But the 2 up is something that people have to do.
Yeah, and if you want to make the big money, then you've got to get into 2 up. You don't know how to do it, it's pretty straightforward. We've got a guide on the community. You can go there, just get involved. Like I say, if you look on the monthly profit thread that we always have, you'll see there how much people are making just from 2 up, and there's some crazy numbers posted.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it, as well? It lets people, because it's only Bet365 and Paddy Power, you don't actually have to go searching for this one, isn't it? I know some people don't like trawling through lots and lots of sites, which obviously everyone's got their own tactics, but this 2 up, it allows people to stay in this one place and do as much as they want.
Yeah, it's 2 of the main bookmakers anyway with Bet365 and Paddy Power, and betting on the leagues that we're betting on. You're sticking to the Champions League and the Premier League, etc. It's good matches to be betting on anyway, which normal people or normal punters would be. So yeah, it's.
Yeah, so obviously Premier League, let's get on to this while we're here. Obviously we spoke in depth about our pre-season picks, etc. And I think we nailed it between the 3 of us. It was always Man City and Liverpool. Obviously you'd be a Liverpool man. It's not just biased. Obviously it was a good pick going with Liverpool, Rick. Would you be sitting tight on Liverpool, or are you thinking City might be able to get one over on you again?
There's no doubt that City are the favourites and are most likely to win, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the pick. I think I went Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, so I'll still stick with those 4. And with the current odds, I think you've got City at less than 1 to 2 on, and Liverpool around the 7 to 2 mark. So I still think there's a little bit of value in Liverpool. Still not hit top form yet, although it's strange to say that being unbeaten, but there's something here at this stage last season. They're still performing better than what they were. So once they do start clicking, if they do turn that around like they did last year when the front 3 clicked, then yeah, I still think the 72 holds some value.
Yeah, because me and you went for City, Phil. It's hard to look past City, but yeah, it looks like Liverpool are the better value, doesn't it? At 72, that's still a pretty healthy looking price, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, obviously City look unbelievable at the moment. It is hard to see past them not winning it. Really, I think Liverpool. You look. I mean, your opinion's formed on past seasons because Liverpool generally mess up more than what you would think City would. But they do look very good this season. So Liverpool's still a good bet now at those odds. But yes, it's going to be tough to get past City.
Yeah, because the start the 2 have made. If we look back in a little bit of boring facts for here, there's been 5. When the teams have started in top flight with 8+ wins in their opening 10 games, that's only happened on 5 occasions. 1892, 1909, 1987, 2006, and this year. And apart from one occurrence in 1909, one of them 2 teams has gone to win it, and I think that's going to happen again We're City and Liverpool here. But I said the value does look to be Liverpool. And in terms of these two still being unbeaten, Rick, and Chelsea as well, we've got 3 unbeaten teams in November, which is it's almost a miraculous thing, isn't it? Where we think of the Premier League being so competitive, yet we've got 3 teams unbeaten here. And obviously talk now is of the Invincibles. And we've got the latest odds on here. We've got City at 12s. So remain unbeaten and become Invincibles for the first time since Arsenal. Liverpool just a slightly higher at 20s and Chelsea at 50s. Bill, would you be getting in on any of them? 12
so tell me the odds again.
12s on City, 50s. 12s on City, 20s on Liverpool, and 50s on Chelsea.
No, I wouldn't, to be honest. It's possible, but it's so unlikely. I wouldn't even. I can't see anybody doing that in this era.
And Rick, obviously, City didn't lose last year in the Premier League till it was you boys, if I remember correctly, in January. You beat them at Anfield, wasn't it, in a 4-3? They were down to about 5-1 by then, City. But it's an interesting, wasn't it? Like, obviously, Liverpool and City, you get 272 to 1 for the double. Then we could say that
a double Invincible. I'd take that now. That'd be nice to have. But yeah, for me, I can't see anyone, any of these teams going through the season not getting beat with the 3, including throwing Chelsea into there. Surely, when they're head to head, someone is going to beat them, if each other. But if there's one team that's going to be City, would I back it? No.
Not even a 50p each. Well, no, talk about backing City. Obviously, the talk as well with City and Liverpool is a quadruple. I think City around 25 to 1 for the quadruple. Liverpool again slightly more, I think 33s to win the Champions League. Sorry, obviously Liverpool 9. Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup, and the Premier League. Yeah, City just over 20s. And they are favourites for the Champions League as well, as low as 4 to 1. Do you think City have got any chance of dominating? Which trophies would you fancy them for, Rick? Just the Premier League and the Champions League, maybe?
I wish I took your advice at the start of the season. I think you put a note out there, didn't you, for the quadruple? I forget what the odds were, but they were a lot bigger than 20.
Yeah, they were about 200, weren't they? But I know the bookies, they did slash it very quickly, so I thought it was worth 50p in the summer. Yeah, definitely on City.
Yeah, I'll have you 50p on it now. But yeah, it's. I think City have got the squad. They're looking very good. And
the way Mahrez is fitted in, I think that's a big thing for City, isn't it? The way Mahrez is slotted in, it gives them that extra. The fact they don't have to use Sané and Sterling so much, I think that could be a crucial sign for them, couldn't it?
Yeah, they've got a lot of options, and they look really good going forward. Very slick, very fluid. So if you always fancy them to win, quadruple, I'm hoping they go a long way in every competition, purely from a Liverpool point of view, because I want their focus to be in many areas. To kind of hopefully free us up to focus on the league as more so than any other cup. That's our main aim now. I would have thought is challenging for that Premier League title that we've not won yet. Whereas I think the focus for City may be in Europe. I think the owners want European Champions League win, so I'm hoping to go a long way. And yeah, there's no reason why with the squad that City have got, they can challenge strongly on all 4 fronts. So yeah, I'll probably good chance for the odds at the minute. I'll say the odds are about right, but yeah, that probably will shorten as they're most likely to get a little bit closer in all the competitions that they're in. So,
yeah. And who do you fancy for who do you Champions League pick at this stage, Rick? Would it be City?
It'd be City, yeah.
Yeah, I think I went for Juventus at the time. I believe it's still in hindsight. And they would be my pick now. I think they're slightly too short at 6s, but I think Juventus would be my pick. Bill, Champions League, who would get your sticks at the minute? Who did you?
I think I picked Juventus as well, actually, just with Ronaldo going there. And stuff.
He's doing as well as expected, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd probably stick with that. I mean, City've got such a good squad, but they always seem to play poorly in Europe.
It seems the fans don't. I've listened to it. The fans don't love the Champions League. I think City, from the very first time are in it, they don't sell the games out. The fans really don't love the Champions League, like in the same way that Liverpool fans really embrace the European nights. City fans don't at all, do they?
They don't seem to, no. But I mean, if they go, if they get a little bit closer this year, maybe that'll start to pick up for them. Like you say, I think it is an owner's priority for them to win that, but they always seem to just fall a little bit short.
I think Dortmund are a great price. They're flying in Germany. 33s you can get on them, so I think they're a great each way price. It's all in the draw, isn't it, Rick? Really, it depends who. With the Champions League, it does really depend what your route to the final is, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, you get past the group stages, and then you could get a little bit more of a clearer picture on who's finishing top and who they're most likely to draw in terms of runners up. So yeah, get past the group stages and then make a better decision. I'd imagine so.
Cool. Yeah. We've gone through those. So before we sign off, let's pay a little visit to elsewhere. The Strictly Come Dancing market. It's becoming more and more popular. We've seen hundreds of thousands of pounds bet on the exchange alone on this. We did pick a few out at the start of the tournament. OddsMonkey did a feature on this and picked the mighty Joe Sugg out, who is now firmly in contention to win. So we hope all the listeners got onto that. Phil, you were one of the ones to take advantage of Joe Sugg.
I was.
And he's now second favourite, 4-1-ish. You sticking with him?
Yeah, for now, there's a lot of people to left to go out on that yet. At least 5, I think, will go out. I think he'll make the final anyway. I don't know what to do, to be honest. I've got such good odds.
Remind us what the odds were you got him at?
I got it at 15.
Well, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
And now he's like you say, he's not like 5. If he gets to the final, I'll have a look at what the cash out is on it and think, well, I might just let it run. I think, like we said before, with his social media following, he could just win it, whether he's the best dancer or not. So.
And that's what with all these other subjects, isn't it, Ricky? Like on the exchange now, there's Brexit and Donald Trump. There's millions being gambled on non-sporting events, and a big one will be the Jungle coming up. We see Harry Redknapp in there. Will you be watching the Jungle as well, Rick?
I'm more likely to watch the Jungle than I am Strictly. I have.
Will you be back in Harry Redknapp? He's an early favourite for the Jungle already. Will you be back in Harry?
Whether I have any interest betting wise or not, I don't know. I'll see has the full lineup been released yet? I don't know. But
no, not full lineup, not yet. No, I must admit, I'm surprised that Harry will be allowed health wise because he had a health scare, didn't he, not so long ago? So I'll be amazed if he's allowed in the Jungle. If he does, he won't be doing many of the tasks.
I don't think he'll go to the end.
No, he won't be doing many tasks. But it's an interesting one, isn't it? For these, there's not so much match betting, but there's so many markets out there, isn't it? The bookies, they come round to whatever's popular. Don't look at Strictly. Who'd have thought a few years ago we'd be seeing millions of pounds on the exchange of Strictly? You wouldn't have thought that years ago, would you? You
wouldn't have done, but that's today. You can bet on anything and everything now. And with it being anything that's got a popular primetime TV slots, it's open up markets and people have opinions. That's what it's all about, isn't it? We've got an opinion on things and forming that opinion, how the price and whether we see value. And if there's millions of people watching these programs who have got opinions, then there's going to be a market there for bookies to try and get some income from. It is, and that's one thing we'll be looking at for the next episode. Later at the end of this month, we're going to be looking at Sports Personality of the Year coming up in early December. And we can't forget that last year, arguably the biggest upset in betting history, when Anthony Joshua priced at 1 to 100 to finish in the top 3, didn't make it. So still opportunities there on the exchange. I think we'll have to look back. I think you came up with what was Mo Farah in running. We'll have to look back at that, Phil, won't we? It was a massive price in running Mo Farah, and he went on to win it on the night. So we'll take a look at that. We'll be looking at the Jungle, Dance on Ice, as well as some sport as well, maybe. So, right, thanks for joining us again, guys. We're back towards the end of the month for another dose of Hang Out with Monkey. But don't forget, the forum's there. Ricky and the guys are there, always to help you out. So please take a look at that, and we'll join you again soon.